Hi everyone, it's Riffraff Hornhelm, and I'm back again with another presentation from the Dwarven Vault, and today we have a monster review. Continuing on with our series on dragons, today we have the Bronze Dragon, or Draco, Gerus, Bronzo. That sounds really made up to me, but okay, it's what they call it. So, this is one of the 12 dragons from the original Monster Manual as used with Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, 50 years old this year, yay! And, well, except for how old I am, boo! In any case, looking at this particular dragon, it's one of the good dragons that are in this set of 12, and this is one of the metallic dragons, obviously the bronze dragon. So this is a good dragon that as dwarves, well, we generally like these. As long as we play straight up with them, they play straight up with us. Now, these are pretty exceptional dragons. They have up to 11 hit dice. They have exceptional intelligence. They are good, chaotic, but good. And of course, beyond their normal claw bite attacks, they also have 2 breath weapon attacks. In this case, they happen to have lightning, something us dwarves are, it makes us nervous. It hurts us more than other things. And they also have the ability to expel a gas that causes repulsion, as in the spell repulsion. And what that really means is that if you fail your save, you move away from this creature, directly away from this creature for the next 6 rounds. So, useful, especially if you're trying to not hurt anybody or something like that. Now, these are big dragons. They're 45 feet long, which is amazing. And now, oh, hang on a second. I said they were up to 11 hit dice. These are 8 to 10 hit dice. So, and once again, the damage done by the lightning portion of the breath from this dragon is equal to its hit points, which can be fairly significant in this case, depending on how well you roll. Now, this dragon has some interesting additional abilities. One of it is it can change its form. Now, there's a few dragons that can do that, either through the spells they command or as part of the inherent ability of that specific dragon. This is part of its inherent ability. And it is known for changing into animals, a variety of different animals, birds, barn animals, all kinds of different things, so that it can observe the humans and the various magical creatures of the world, including dwarves and elves and all that kind of good stuff. And they do so in a way which allows them to be disguised and remain undiscovered as they go about observing what's going on. Now, their spell use is also better, but here's some of the reason why. Okay, 60% of them can speak. 60% of them can use spells. And you'll only find them asleep in their lair 25% of the time. So they're alert, they're capable, they're spell using in many cases. It's kind of fun. Well, that's going to be a subject for another video, but really is to take the dragons that are in this and deliberately craft ones that can't speak, can't use spells, and essentially are just beasts, smart beasts, but beasts. That would make a very interesting encounter. But that's a side issue. For the bronze dragon, it is very capable in what it does, and part of the reason is it can spy and find out what's going on before it actually has to take any action. And the spells, well, they're an improvement over most of the other dragons. Not the best, but pretty darn good. They get 2 first-level spells through the first 2 ages. By the time they get done, they'll have 2 each, first, second, third, and 4th level once they reach Ancient Bronze Dragon. Not too shabby. And with their ability to disguise themselves, they can travel with a party, or shadow a party, or shadow bad guys, whatever it wants to do, a lot more effectively than the average dragon can. Yet it still retains all its basic dragon abilities and benefits. Not too shabby. Now, I've definitely used these before as a DM. Well, I've used all the different dragons before as DMs. These are fun to use because often they can remain disguised from the party for an extended period of time, and the party won't realize that they're being helped by a dragon. So it's kind of fun to use from an NPC standpoint, depending on how you want to set up your specific adventure. So the bronze dragon is pretty powerful. It's a big dragon, got a lot of hit points, does significant damage through either its physical attacks or through its magical attacks, including its breath weapon. Not somebody you want to be on the wrong side of. Having said that, because they're good, we as dwarves have definitely worked with them before, so our view and perspective of the bronze dragon is that they're pretty good. They're helpful, have a whole hell of a lot of ability, and they're tough as nails. We like those kind of creatures. Now, of course, they're greedy just like us, so sometimes we bump heads a little bit over who's getting what treasure and how much we have to pay them if they're helping and all that kind of good stuff. But it's able to work out. They're good enough, and we're good enough where we're able to work out the details. So in talking to my fellow HornhelmClan members, in terms of both those that do DMing and those that do the playing, and or both, and asked them about the bronze dragon. Now, from a DM standpoint, this was rated a solid 7.5, maybe an 8. They're very capable beasts. They are not common. They're very rare, but at the same time, if you're able to connect up with one and get it to help you in any way, it adds an awful lot to your party's abilities. Now, from a player standpoint, once again, this is the Dwarven perspective, and we talked to the dwarves, and they said, well, I've never really fought one. We've had a few verbal tiffs and things like that because of our love of treasure, both sides. Oh, I understand that. But the bottom line is that they said, well, listen, we think they're really good because they're really powerful. And they've been very helpful whenever they've helped us. But as far as an opponent, all I can say is, boy, I sure wouldn't want to fight one. And they ranked it also about a 7.5 to an 8. And they said these were ones that, are some of the most helpful dragons when it came to assisting the dwarves. Now, one thing we haven't talked about is, well, where do these ones live? Bronze dragons, huh? They hang out by large bodies of water. Once again, all dragons lair in some kind of a subterranean cavern, or in some cases ruins or passageways, whatever it may be, but they all lair next to large bodies of water. That could be a big inland lake, a huge river, obviously oceans and seas, and that's where you're going to find these. But underground, once again, this is why us dwarves have pretty much run into all the dragons at one time or another, because they all hang out underground. And, well, obviously, we do the same. So, I guess it was destined to happen. And if you do run into this one, and you're a good guy dwarf like us Hornhelms, you won't be upset about it. If you see them and know that they're a dragon, you're going to be very happy with the encounter. So that's our view today of the bronze dragon. We hope you enjoyed today's presentation, found it interesting or informative. And if you did, please give us a like, share, consider subscribing, all that kind of good stuff. But please come back and see us again in the future. And remember, dwarves rock!